Hi guys, I'm Laura Vitale. On this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I want to show you how to make bomboloni with Nutella, which are really just Italian donuts that are stuffed with Nutella. You can stuff them usually like around Naples when you go to a bar, like bars and things like that to get coffee. You'll find these either stuffed with Nutella or with like cream, like custard. I'm going to do Nutella today, but maybe in the future I'll show you how to stuff them with custard. But they're so good and they're so easy. And the list of ingredients is not very long, but it just makes the best donuts ever. You need all-purpose flour. I've got some salt, and it's just a little powder vanilla. If you don't have it, just use regular vanilla extract. I've got some warm milk, some unsalted butter softened to room temperature. You need some granulated sugar, eggs, and you're also going to need some active dry yeast and a little bit more sugar. Okay, let's get going on activating our yeast. To my warm milk, I'm just going to sprinkle over my yeast and my sugar. I'm just going to briefly give that a mix. Now these take absolutely no time at all to make, and like I said, if you ever go to Italy, particularly Naples, like southern Italy, because that's where I'm from and that's where I go to visit my family, you'll go to a lot of bars, and bars in Italy are different than bars here in the US. It's not like they serve like a beer or something like that, but really they are about coffee and croissants and sweet treats and things like that. So we go there for breakfast sometimes, and I'll get either a croissant with Nutella or one of these, and they're so good. I had to make them for you because they're just easy and delicious. So I'm adding all of my dry ingredients to the bowl of my standing mixer, fitted with my paddle attachment. Well, not paddle, my dough hook, but I haven't put it on yet. And then my sugar. I'm just going to set this here until my yeast is ready, and then we'll pretty much add everything else in and we'll get the dough kneading. You can see my yeast is ready. When you see that foam, that is a good sign of things to come. It means that whatever you're using your yeast in, whatever bread, whatever dough, it's going to rise perfectly. So you always want to look at that. If you don't get that, then you're going to have to start over. Add all of this to my standing mixer. You can do this by hand, of course, but you know, I'm going to use the easy way out and use my mixer because, you know, that's why I have it. My eggs and my butter all goes in. It's so easy, it's ridiculous, but they come out perfect every single time, and I love it. Okay. All I'm going to do is knead this on medium speed until it's nice and soft and delicious looking, and then we'll go ahead and start forming our bomboloni. Dough is looking perfect. It literally came out like this. I haven't done anything to it except place it on a floured surface. And the great thing about this too is you don't have to let this rise twice. So it's great for me because, you know, I'm impatient. And all you're going to do, look how nice that is. Oh, it just works so well. All you're going to do is just kind of roll this out to a little less than a ½ inch thick. And that's pretty much it. And then what I have here is a baking sheet with some parchment and some flour. And then you just take a biscuit cutter or whatever that's 3 inches round, and you just go ahead and cut out your donuts. The only thing I will say is that you're not going to be able to re-roll this dough without and have it work well. What I have found that seems to be a bit of an issue is when I rework this dough, it never kind of mixes together well. So I try to get as many of my donuts as possible out of here, and then just kind of discard what I don't use. But you could also, if you want to, like for example, you see this little piece right here, this little star right here, you could cut it, right? You could cut it like that and then fry these for your kids, or fry them, you know, as a special treat, as a little zeppoli. You know, why waste anything? So that's a great way to use up any leftover. But all I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to cut these out. I'm then just going to sprinkle a tiny bit of flour on top so that they don't stick, and put a lint-free kitchen towel on them and place them somewhere warm until they're doubled in size. It could take up to about 1.5 hours or so. So just leave them somewhere warm, unbothered. That's what I'm going to do, and then we'll fry them up. My donuts have risen beautifully. You can see they're about doubled in size. I've got some frying oil hot and ready to go. I'm just going to drop that right in. You want to make sure you use a very plain flavored oil, nothing heavy like an olive oil, nothing like that at all. You want a vegetable oil or peanut oil. I'm going to do about 4 at a time, and I'm just going to fry them until they're a beautiful golden brown color on both sides. But what I've also done, you don't want to fry too many at once because the temperature of the oil will drop too much and then they'll be really oily and you don't want that. What I've done is I've taken some Nutella and put it in a piping bag with a large star tip at the end so that they're ready to be, you know, filled with Nutella. And I also have some granulated sugar ready because I am going to dredge them in some sugar. I mean, I know I'm crazy, but what do you want? What do you want from me? It's Nutella donuts, okay? It's gonna have sugar and it's gonna have Nutella. So I'm just gonna keep my eye on my donuts and show you what they look like when they're done. All right, so most of my donuts are ready. I have just a few more floating around, getting nice and golden brown. You want a deep golden brown color. Drain them on your paper towel, then dredge them in your sugar. And while they're still warm, oh, it smells so good. I just make a little incision like that, right? You don't want to go all the way. You can see they're real fluffy inside. You don't want to go all the way. Make sure you keep an eye on those. Those are still going. You take your Nutella. Dun 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 da da. I feel like naughty, like I did something really bad, which I didn't. Something really, really good, but it's so yummy. Oh, yes. The reason why I like to fill them when they're warm is because I feel like the Nutella kind of spreads in there a little bit because of the warmth, you know what I mean? It like loosens up a bit. It is fantastic. I'm just gonna do one more because I'm pretty sure you don't need me to tell you how to keep doing this because it's pretty straightforward and it's pretty easy. But you know, please make these this weekend. Please do. I'm gonna go to the first one because you know, I can. That's ridiculous. I don't even know what to say. It's so good. It's really insane. They're like really fluffy. They're really decadent, of course, as you can imagine. I'm sure I have stuff all over me, but I wish I could tell you I was sorry because I'm really not. They're definitely a little bit time consuming, very rich, absolutely a special treat that you should pull out of your pocket when something really exciting is happening, like a Tuesday night. You've made it through Monday, you've made it through Tuesday. Make yourself these to reward yourself. You really should make these. Go to laurainthekitchen.com. I'll have the recipe ready for you. I hope that you make these and I hope you give them a try. You're gonna love them. And I think of my brother Sal when I make these because he loves them so much and for good reason. I hope you enjoy spending time with me and I will see you next time. Bye.